Was it like two of them playing at the same time? Scott, what's going on with your internet, bro?
That sucked. God, that sucked. That wasn't even me being a boomer. All I did was hit play. I hate myself. Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Dump. My name is Sporky News Podcast. You might know me also as Robo Spork or Sporking Cookies. Welcome to The Dump Saturday Night Edition. What was that? All right, so welcome, everybody.
You're setting a really bad example for Jovanna.
I am. I got to get it pumped up. So we have a special guest tonight, everyone. But before I introduce her, we'll introduce our usual suspects, starting with, you might know him as the guy who fixed movies. I know him as Script Doctor. Hello, my friend.
Hello. How is everybody doing today?
You're doing great, buddy. What is your newest video? Yes.
What's
cough to get off, brother. He's coughing to get off. What is your newest video on, sir?
Oh, well, my latest one is covering Star Trek Lower Decks, the 7th episode. And I'm currently working on the 8-episode review, which hopefully will drop sometime Monday. So you can follow my Twitter feed at ScriptDoctorPhD or my channel, youtube.com/ScriptDoctor for when that drops. And yes, I hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you, my friend, for always being here.
Is it getting any better script?
No.
No? It's not no laughs or anything?
Well, one thing I realized is that after 8 episodes,
you look like the gender studies
there's
professor.
Nothing quotable about it as a show. Like there's not for a comedy. There's nothing to quote, to recite, to bring levity. It's kind of pathetic that you have 8 episodes of TV and not a single line is quotable from it that could be used in any other context. Okay.
Well, thank you, Script, for reviewing those shows, because I certainly don't want to watch them. Hi, everybody. Whatever mic problems are happening are not me. I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's Scott, and he doesn't know it. Thank you all for coming. Just did a show over on my channel. I had some guests, Lethal Lightning, Amara Jade, and Nerd Cookies. Had a great time. Please go check that out later if you missed it. Thank you to everybody for coming. I am author Stephen Walton, and we're going to try and have some fun tonight. And we're going to set a good example for Jovanna, Scott.
Who, our special guest, Jovanna? What up, fool?
What up? Thank you for having me.
Of course. Tell them what your channel's about.
I just talk about like current events regarding entertainment. I do talk about Star Wars pretty often. I do movie reviews. I just did a Tenet review, and then I don't upload as much as I do. I don't really upload every day, but yeah, turn on that notification bell if you're subscribed to me, because my uploading schedule is not very consistent. But I do streams, Jovanna and Friends, every Friday, or at least I try to do it every Friday. But now since school's starting and I have to start applying to college, it's going to be pretty hard to be consistent with that. But we just, on those shows, we talk about more like harsher and realer current events. And I usually have some people on and we just, discuss everything. #free speech.
Yes, I was on your show last night for a little bit, and you guys, you put it down. You guys talked about some real issues, and I liked it. That was fun.
Yep, that's what it's all about.
Awesome.
Free speech. We don't have to agree to get along, people. We don't have to agree to get along.
And common sense apparently comes in all ages, which is a wonderful thing.
Yes. I can hear myself. I think I am delayed by a long shot. So let's say hi to the chat. We have Tina Bojan. She is one of our members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, just go to my YouTube channel and click membership. It's as cheap as a cup of Walton's coffee a month. You can remember.
It's got better internet too.
Yeah, it's the computer. Script Doctor and I have spoken. It's the computer and internet. It sucks. What are you going to do? I am so much better when I'm not running it. And
on that thing. Open up the back and just blow some air on it.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
No.
Problem solved.
I think I spit on it. Oh, crap. All right. So anyways, hi, Tina. Thank you for being here. And then one of the OG fourth waivers in the house, Bear Nerd Fun. You could watch his show right after this one. He starts at usually about 9 o'clock Pacific time. So that means about 10 Pacific time he'll actually start. Oh, wow. Followed us over from Steven's channel. Is it SOG1? SOG1? SOG1?
Soji is what I think it is.
So G1. I like that. And then we got another member of the channel, Storyman-Jack. If you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, what are you doing? Freaking subscribe, people. God, I'm sick of having to tell you.
If I'm wrong, let me know in the chat. Like, spell it out.
And then we had, hyphenetically and shit.
He's an idiot.
We have X. Yeah, I am. Legit. My mom got me tested. Accidental Tourist. Hello, chat. And one of my favorite people, Rennie A. And yes, RoboSpork is in the house.
Stalking me.
Assassin. You just leave Rennie alone. Okay. That's my fan. Soul Assassin. I heard something about a pole dance and I knew you would come, my friend. That's why I put it up there. McKinney 90, one of the artist of the fourth wave. I'm starting to call him. He is the artist of the fourth wave. I like that. I'm going to keep that up. We're doing that. We're making that a thing. The great Ryan Kennel is in the chat. I always get a little bit of pee comes out when I see that. Shouldn't it be bastards? It is. Yeah, I did an E. I know that because I spell it weird on our Monday show because we try to sound like Jon Snow when we say it. So it's bastards. So I spelt it that way like a moron. Thank you, Ryan, for pointing that out. You make me feel better. And is there anybody else
you
at
in
the
there
moment?
would be the bastards.
The bastards. I like that. I might have to start using the U. I like the E though. Bastard. It's
both
very
good.
Jon Snow.
If you ever talking
And
about
I wanna
like
be
that Amber ex-wife of Johnny Depp, you could use the in there, the bastard.
Oh, okay. I kind of want to go gender fluid with it, like Kit Harington would. So that's why I did that. And Ryan Cannell has a great video on that, so check it out. Wookiee Supremacy is in the house. What's up, my friend? The Time Prophet. Good. Hello there, Captain. He's from Scotland. I tried. He says, hail, Soul Assassin. And that's the last person I'm going to do, except for, well, I have to do Parrot Head because he does my memes for me. So beware the brew. But we're going to be talking about a couple things tonight. We're going to be talking about a little WandaVision and maybe the reboot of Captain Marvel, which would be fan-freaking-tastic. We're going to be talking about pole dancing to get you out and to vote. And we're going to be talking about Joe Biden telling a bunch of a bunch of United States Armed Force troopers, I think that's a better way of saying it, to clap, you stupid bastards. So, that's some good stuff. What a freaking moron. We're going to start out with this, and Steven is going to take the lead. Fat Steven Seagal is in the house. Like, I always got to say hello to him because he's one of my other meme men. Can't be sporking. He sounds too clear. I am actually using a hotspot from my phone right now. It will get worse if more people show up. And Runner Studios, if you do not. Oh, and Fat Steven Seagal will be on our Wednesday edition of The Dump this week. So make sure you guys check it out because you expect him to sound one way and he sounds completely different. And Runner Studios, I got the chance to be on his Jovanna's last night and he was on there. He is a smart cookie. So check him out too. And also the last guy that was on there, I believe, except for Angela Straven, who will be here later in the chat, Shellback TJC. He was on last night too. Guys, make sure you go and check that stream out on Jovanna's channel and make sure you guys subscribe to her. She rocks. And WandaVision does Scarlet Witch create a new Captain Marvel. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I haven't read this yet. Oh, could it happen? I mean, I don't even know.
Did he just sound robotic to everybody?
No.
Did I?
Not really.
Damn it. Damn it.
You were so hoping.
All right, go ahead. I was hoping.
I have no idea. I haven't read this article. Haven't even looked at this. I've been too busy putting a book together and shipping out the last of other books. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you're so important.
I'm a virgin.
Ooh.
I'm a virgin.
Did you see him do that, Jovanna? Did you see him do that?
Do what?
What a dick. He's like, oh, I'm too busy putting a book together and shipping it out. Look at me.
He's a working guy. He's a working man.
Thank you, Jovanna. Thank you. All right.
Michael Wolf. Michael Wolf sent me candy. He's a good man.
Okay.
Sorry. I just wanted you to all know that. He sent me candy.
Do you want me to launch into the article, bud?
Okay, fine. Launch into the article, my friend. Let it begin.
It's only a 2-second delay today. This is WandaVision. Does Scarlet Witch create a new Captain Marvel? This is by Zach Willis on Showbiz Cheat Sheet. The Black Widow, delayed until 2021, WandaVision is now the only Marvel Cinematic Universe MCU movie or show that's happening in 2020. But fans have a lot to be excited for. WandaVision will be the first of many Marvel shows on Disney+, and not only that, but the trailer also makes it seem like it's a very weird and interesting show. Wanda, or the Scarlet Witch, which is my favorite Avenger, by the way, is a very powerful character in the comics, and WandaVision is set to explore just how powerful she really is. In the movies, Wanda is powerful enough to threaten Thanos by herself, but in the comics, she can do even more than that. That is very true. Her powers were underutilized because they didn't bring in the X-Men universe. Here's a look at how Wanda in WandaVision could introduce a new Captain Marvel to the MCU. All right. And that is something to be noted. Like, you know, what they did to Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, what they did to a few characters because they couldn't bring in the X-Men universe at that time, really undercut some of these characters. Wanda, I mean, she is much more powerful. Scarlet Witch is much more powerful than she's been shown.
I mean, even in the MCU, though, man, she was created using one of the Infinity Stones. So you would think she's more powerful than just putting little thoughts in people's minds and some moving objects with her hands. I mean, it was the mind
growing
stone.
with each movie. So
yes, it has. I think she's learning more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Now, wasn't there a version of her where she was born? There was a demon that actually like blessed her at birth or gave her like powers at birth. Does anybody know? Comic book people? None of us? Okay, then. Move on.
I'm the worst person to be asked that question.
I don't know exactly how, but I remember her having powers. Jayne? That's what was confusing to me.
Oh.
Was that, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jayne's here, everybody.
Hi, Jayne.
Jayne's here.
You didn't introduce her or nothing? You
we didn't even get her.
Jayne
hey
needs no introduction.
Right, we got robbed.
Just can be fashionably late.
No, Scott. You just put her full screen. We were robbed. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Jayne. They feel like you need an introduction because you're a woman, I guess. I see you as a person.
She's lovely and we adore her.
Female representation.
Hey guys.
Do your hey guys. Okay, one more time.
No, I don't do it more than once.
Yeah, okay. Don't compel her. We just wanted to do an introduction.
Okay, so
I just want you all to know you sound like robots to me right now. I have no clue what's going on. This is awesome.
Well, then shut up and let us do the show.
Your phone's going to give out. That's what's going to happen.
I heard that, you asshole.
We'll just keep going. So I don't remember how she got her powers, but I remembered her having them. So I don't. It just seems like a lot of things have been blurred in her backstory, and then with the issues with the film and the licensing has just created this, what is essentially a new character with a bizarre origin story, and it doesn't quite make sense. And then I'm not sure what they're doing with the show that could change that too, you know?
And I think they will. So there is a version, if someone could find it out there in the world, there's a version of her origin story, and it's not just her kids, because I know what you're talking about. Mephistophelies. Thank you. It's actually a part of him. The children were created out of a part of him. But there is a version of Wanda where at birth, she was like blessed by a demon. And I don't think it was him either. It was like a god. And that's one of the ways they get around the whole, Magneto daughter thing. But
I think you're talking about your homoerotic fantasies.
Or you're crossing over Raven from the DC universe, who is like the daughter of Trigon.
But that would be dope. That is a dope way of thinking about it. So yes, maybe I am, but I think I'm not because I'm smart. Okay, go on.
Sure. After the events of Infinity War, some fans may be wondering how Vision can still exist since he was killed by Thanos. He was killed before the snap, and as a result, some fans think that Vision's death is permanent. However, in WandaVision, Wanda and Vision are seemingly living the best life in a strange TV show that resembles a 1950s sitcom. This is one of the main selling points of the show, such as a dramatic detour from what the MCU is typically about. Rather than fighting evil aliens or saving the Earth, WandaVision seems to be a more intimate exploration of Wanda and her powers, as well as her relationship with Vision. But of course, that's just how the show seems to be about. There could be more to it than that. Can we show the trailer? No, I'm going to. Disney recently.
But let me ask, Jovanna, are you into the MCU at all?
Not really. I'm more into DC. Yeah, I've never gotten really into superheroes like passionately. Mm-hmm. I haven't watched every MCU movie, but when I have watched the movies, like I would only watch them once. I've never rewatched a single Marvel movie.
I don't know why, but that picture of them, it gives me like they would skin a human being vibe. I don't know. It's a horror vibe I'm getting from that.
I could see that from the dude on the right.
Yeah, like their bodies in their basement.
It's a warped Dick Van Dyke. That's what it is. It's like this warped idea of a 50s TV show, and I love it. I hope it's good because I like what I think the idea of this is. You know, her trying to deal with the death of pretty much her whole family and the man she loved by creating a world outside of herself. I don't think it's in her mind. I actually think she creates a world in the neighborhood she's in and locks everyone in that neighborhood into her world. And she controls them and makes them act as a character. Because there's one scene in the trailer where Vision brings out the neighbor, who some people think it's one of the witches from the comic books, but like brings her out of the trance for a second, and then it seems like she goes back into the trance. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a very interesting premise. Her dealing with the death of Vision and the death of her brother and the death of her parents by watching TV and then all of a sudden creating a world because of that, not knowing that her power is this strong.
And you start to see her do that in the trailer too, where she starts transforming the things in her room, and you can just extrapolate from that she's doing it to the entire neighborhood.
Right. Like she's
waking up in the 50s is weird, but then the next day waking up in the 60s is weirder.
Right. Yes. And being a part of Roseanne is even the weirdest. I love it. I think if they do it right, it could be a very interesting show that shows us that the MCU is not going to be like a cookie cutter thing anymore. Because for the longest time, it was like every movie was a cookie cutter of the one before. Yeah, after Winter Soldier. I think that was the last like original feeling one they'd made. And then Infinity War was the only other one where I felt like they did something different.
Look, I went into the Avengers. I went into all these movies with my wife. One of my favorite superheroes, the Hulk, right? And then the way they did the Hulk, the guy they got playing him, it didn't turn me off. And I'm just like, that's not the Hulk that I was looking for.
You miss Edward Norton?
Yes, I miss Edward Norton. Then again, I'm a David Banner kind of guy, man. I love the old Hulk TV show, but I also like Bill Bixby. Yeah, but I also love the cartoon that came out in the 80s, 90s. I love that Hulk cartoons. So I love the Hulk. He's one of my favorites. And but I got to admit, Scarlet Witch quickly became my favorite. So I'm looking forward to this show. I'm definitely going to find a way to watch this, even if I have to find a friend's address. I'm going to check this one out.
We have a $2 super chat from Culture Casino. He couldn't be here tonight because he's too big time now. Here's my contribution. Better than on the panel? ? Never, man. You're always welcome on this panel. But thank you for the $2, my friend.
I just want to say, Ryan, I understand how you're feeling, but I'm a sucker for a good face and a nice pair, and that is where I'm going with that. But I'm going for it. Like, I don't know. I out of all we haven't heard any kind of BS come out of the actress. Really, we haven't really heard anything come out, and her portrayal has always been the best. I think one of the best on screen.
I think she's the best character, honestly.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, Jayne.
What happened to her accent, though?
The show is really visually
Elizabeth
appealing,
Olsen was told not to do it anymore.
She was
told.
Well, not really that. I think what ended up happening is that the accent didn't test well in Avengers Ultron, and in Winter Soldier, I don't think she got her dialect coach for that film. I think for some reason that they just didn't have the resources
Somebody was
for
upset with cultural appropriation. That's what you're saying, and then someone got upset.
I don't know about that because it's a fake culture she's from.
So,
and, yeah. But I think what ended up happening is that because the production is very, very fast paced and you only usually end up shooting maybe a 10th or an 8th of a page a day, you don't really get a whole lot of time to do what you want, at least with regards to the character. So they felt it'd just be easier to let her use her original accent or original dialect, really, because her native language is not an accent. Just go from there. Just make it simpler and easier for everyone, and even the audience that would be listening to it.
All right. Well,
that makes sense.
I guess. Seen anything like this though? I mean, I think it's something I would watch just to understand the psychology of it, because you're going to be in her mind.
That's what I want.
You know?
Yes. I think, Jayne, that's what I agree with. We haven't seen something like this come out of the MCU yet, and that's why I want to. I want to at least give it a chance.
You can make that argument for Doctor Strange.
I mean, yeah, that too.
Yeah, exactly. But even Doctor Strange felt cookie cutter in a way to me, because it was supposed to be something, and I felt like it kind of fell short. It did show more of the mystical side of it, but I'm hoping that this next Doctor Strange will be more of the trippy mystical side, like really bring that out.
Yeah, I understand.
And I think she might be the villain in it. She may become the villain if this is going the way I think it's going to go.
She can be my villain.
Oh, I would let her beat me up.
I'm like,
she's only 30 years old now. Yeah, she's still young and age appropriate.
Yes, she is. Don't kill my dream script, Doctor.
Scott.
And I love Paul Bettany. I think he's a great actor. I loved him more as Jarvis, but whatever.
I'm fine with him. You know what I felt like? I felt like that was a graduation, because he was Jarvis, and then they gave him a character. They gave him an actual on-screen character. I was fine with that.
Go from a voice actor to a heavily make-upped actor. That's the extreme.
Well, okay.
That's like an abuse.
A little bit, yeah.
Jesus, you guys. I'm trying to look at the positives here. The positives. He's got his face out there. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to only do the voice of the show, and let someone else get it.
Now he can't wear sweatpants anymore.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I like Vision.
I like Vision too. I think he was. I didn't think I was going to, because I really wasn't interested in the comic book character, but it was like, oh yeah, it was okay.
Well, Paul Bettany's a great actor. He brought something to the role.
Yeah.
He's this power. I think they made him underpowered in a way. Like, he was so powerful in the first in Ultron, and then by Infinity War, he was getting his ass kicked left and right.
He's the Avengers Superman. What do you do with him in Civil War? Who could take him on? Really?
Make him look like a biatch.
Well, but I think he was also not trying to hurt anyone.
I would say so. Yeah, he had to have been. He had to have been.
In Civil War, he wasn't. Yeah, in Civil War, he wasn't. But in Infinity War, one stab from a magical blade, I guess, destroyed him.
Yeah, his vibranium body did not repair.
Yeah, which is weird.
Well. Okay, you want me to keep going there, buddy?
Yeah, please.
Alrighty. Disney recently dropped the trailer for WandaVision, and it's to no one's surprise, it was a massive hit and created a lot of hype. That said, while the trailer showed off the 1950s sitcom aesthetic, it also made some revelations about what the show could actually be about. The most obvious revelation is that Wanda is indeed making the TV show happen with her powers. This is consistent with what she can do in the comics. She's well known for being able to manipulate reality. That wasn't really the most surprising television revelation, but the trailer also made some reveals about what else is happening elsewhere in the MCU. In one of the last shots of the trailer, Monica Rambeau, who's the daughter of Maria Rambeau, is sent flying through the portal and then is surrounded by agents, probably from the S.H.I.E.L.D. successor. Maria is Captain Marvel's friend from the Air Force, and Monica is a significant character in the comics. In fact, it's entirely possible that Monica will become another Captain Marvel thanks to Wanda's powers. Another Captain Marvel. Why don't they just...
the successor, if anything, because Monica Rambeau was the first one.
Yeah.
And then somehow Carol Danvers graduated from Miss Marvel to Captain Marvel. which is weird because she was a major in the comics. So she
it was
went
like
down
a
in
step
rank.
down, right?
Yeah.
They demoted the woman.
As they should.
Bigots.
And I mean, wouldn't it be smart though? Wouldn't it be smart with the dislike of, the actor? Wouldn't it be smart to switch her out for somebody that is Captain Marvel in the comic books? And this isn't a race swap. This isn't a character swap. This is just a progression to a character that I think I'd rather see be Captain Marvel personally.
Yeah. It's just a flip in order, really. It is. It's just instead of her being the first, she's now the second, which, I mean, it's not going to take anything away from the character, especially if they do her justice and make her three-dimensional, interesting, fun, conflicted, aspiring, like, all the things that we want out of our heroes, role models, essentially.
Right.
Man, you're thinking too deep about it, Script. I want a virtue signal and a token. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
And she's hot. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's your show.
It's my channel.
Yeah,
I'll say
it's your
whatever.
show.
Yeah, thank you, Jovanna. See, you know what's up.
I think it's just too
All
late.
right. What do you think?
I just think it's too late. They already screwed it up. I think the order does matter, and just don't try to fix it. Leave it alone at this point.
Just leave it alone. Just keep
You
breathing.
chose your Captain Marvel. Just run with it. Live with it. Die with it.
Like they made their bed, now they have to lie in it.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Well, wasn't Rambeau a different superhero also?
Yeah.
What's her name? Phase? What's her?
Protean or something like that, or
it's pretty much the same powers as Captain Marvel, but she used a different name. I mean, you could just go that route and introduce her as the new, that character instead of Captain Marvel. But
they're gonna bring in the alien Marvel and all that, and just do the whole.
I don't want to see Annette Bening again.
No, you don't want to.
No,
you don't want to.
No,
I do not. I mean,
maybe her son Marvel. Oh wait a minute, it's the same name.
Bring in Bill Pullman as Marvel. I'd like to see that.
Pullman. Danny DeVito. That's what I want.
Too tall.
Superhero. All right. As Screen Rant reported, Monica, who's played by Teyonah Parris, has the potential to become another Captain Marvel due to how her story plays out in the comics. In the comics, Monica becomes a superpower after she encounters some extra-dimensional energy. The MCU hasn't really touched on extra-dimensional energy yet, but it's possible that the MCU will create an equivalent to it for the movies. Wanda is very powerful, and the movies make it clear that she's not able to control her powers very much. She's been spending the last few movies honing her skills, and as a result, she's become more powerful with each movie. As such, it's entirely possible that in WandaVision, while she's creating that alternate reality where she and Vision can live a happy life together, she accidentally hits Monica with some of her powers. Like Screen Rant wrote, that's how Monica can turn into a superhero. That said, in the comics, while Monica eventually takes up the mantle of Captain Marvel, she's usually referred to either as Photon, Pulsar, or Spectrum instead. She's got 3 different names. Okay. Why does the Captain Marvel receive so much controversy? There's a definite group of Marvel and Star Wars fans.
Oh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, especially from Cheat Sheet. They love to not know what they're talking about.
Gotcha. Who are super hardcore about the franchise. No doubt decades-long media onslaught of fan fiction and non-canon novels are the result of those who think they have the right to shift pop culture franchises to their own frames of mind. Ooh,
wait, that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing at all.
Doing
that's
that.
the opposite of what they're doing.
Oof.
So what are they doing?
Who knows?
Being the guardians of our modern mythologies. That's what we're doing. Making sure that when changes are made, they're done for creative reasons and not as a political platform that virtue signal or push an agenda. Get that shit out of my entertainments. That's what's going on.
Ding, ding, ding.
I think we have a winner. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I can barely understand what you guys are saying. So just keep going. You guys are doing great.
Okay, sure. Let's just run Scott's show, everybody. Are you guys ready? Have you got your? You're gonna. Okay, let's get your cards.
Jovanna's in charge.
In many cases, this means certain groups who want to uphold certain political philosophy in America. Marvel and Star Wars are very vulnerable to this. And you see how certain people become attacked on social media if they speak out against these anti-Marvel, anti-Star Wars groups. Wow.
What?
Narrative, anybody?
Wait, I don't know who she's talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Is she talking about people that like The Last Jedi or people that don't like The Last Jedi?
I have no idea. I mean, from my perspective, I would say people that like The Last Jedi. You know,
yeah, me too. That's what I would expect.
Yeah, you know, the Project Stardusts out there who are writing about how toxic Gina Carano is because she's anti-trans when she's never said anything anti-trans. Instead of talking about Star Wars. Like that.
Huh.
Those are the people. I don't know who these people are. Definitely. I'm going to stop now. I don't know. Should I rant? No, I'm not going to rant.
No,
maybe
please don't rant.
Maybe they don't.
You rant on your show and you get some good ratings. Please rant on mine. Don't hold back.
Maybe they don't hate the companies per se. The people running those companies. The people running those companies, absolutely. They're going after. Yet they're going after certain directors and characters. Brie Larson and her Captain Marvel character are now one unfortunate example.
Unfortunate.
She
didn't bring it on herself.
Character.
She didn't bring it on herself. The character was terrible. She couldn't act, and then she attacked the fandom. But you
had a very specific set of circumstances when it came to Brie Larson, Captain Marvel. Very specific set. We had a person who was making racist comments, exclusionary comments, segregationist comments, and being patted on the back and clapped for it. And we're getting tired of hearing all these fucking rich motherfuckers blowing each other in Hollywood when they're patting each other about virtue signaling and shit that they have no idea about from behind their gated fucking walls around their mansions with their private security, completely disconnected from the working class. So we get tired of hearing that. And here you had another one of these privileged people preaching to the unwashed masses, the plebs, the peasants, about, you know, how woke and wonderful she was and how we need to segregate people more instead of unifying people, playing a character that was not presented the way the character was written. This is not the first iteration of Captain Marvel. It was not a 30-something-year-old white woman, all right? It just wasn't, all right? So here at the step, on one hand, you're virtue signaling about inclusion, bringing people together, making more seats at the table for minorities and such, yet you accept a role. You pled for a role, as a matter of fact, as we've recently found out, that should have been cast as a black woman, the original character. So there's a contradiction here involved. And it's actually, plus on top of that, it's another case of a failed model, failed musician, failed whatever the hell else she was, from a privileged background, in a privileged area, being pushed in the faces of fans. Look, we have a pretty face, all right, and they're just pushing her in our face and saying, here, you're gonna love her, you're gonna love her, you're gonna love her. And you've already been shoveling shit on top of most of our modern myths for years now. Not only that, but disrespecting the legacy of these myths that were set down by the people that created them. And not only that, you've been talking shit to all the fans of all these franchises that helped to build them into what they are. And not only that, you're patting assholes on the head that are creating division and hate, that are using these things that should bring us together, as fandoms always have, no matter what type of fandom it was in geekdom, as something to unify us and bring us together, not as a platform to espouse division. So she was a certain kind of case. When it comes to Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, there's a whole lot of factors involved as to why people can't stand the bitch. And really, I can't blame anybody. So anybody who's defending this is from the camp of, I will dox you, I will call you a man-child, I will come at you and send a hate mob on Twitter and use my leverage in the media to shame you because you have an opinion that stands along protecting the legacy of this modern mythology. So F this writer, but I will continue reading it if you ask.
And it is a reminder, I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
All right.
Okay. I felt that.
Well, I'm going over my Captain Marvel chapter, so I'm a little.
Well, I think it came at the right time. Oh, there she is. There she is.
Oh,
Miss
Lord.
Captain
Friggin'
Marvel.
Karen.
That's Lethal Lightning's boo. Don't talk about Lethal's boo.
Oh, she's a boo, all right. He does. He does. I mean, he will fight for her love. Look, you hit the nail on the head, buddy. I mean, it's one of these things where now they should be focusing their energy on keeping the blue-haired crew that they were focusing on when they pushed us all out. That's what they need to do. And I don't even think they're doing that well enough.
I have seen chicks with blue hair that look hot. I have seen chicks with blue hair that look hot. I'm just saying.
I didn't say they didn't have to be hot.
Okay.
They're crazy.
I'm not going there. Come on, here. I'm not going down that road. I don't know. You wouldn't, Scotty? You wouldn't?
I would.
You would? Okay. What about you,
But I'm a
Script?
married man.
Am I do what now?
Would you, or yes or no?
What, to date Brie Larson?
Sure, we'll say date.
We'll call it a date for about a half hour. And when I mean a half hour, I mean about 3 minutes. Oh yeah.
3 strong minutes.
3 strong minutes and then 2 minutes of crying and apologizing.
What, she crying and apologizing, or you crying and apologizing?
No, that's me. She's the big spoon. I'm the little spoon. And I'm just crying, asking for forgiveness. It's always a good time.
Huh.
What would Batman legs do in that situation?
Walk to my girlfriend.
All right.
That's the right answer.
Oh, yeah. She lives in the Niagara Falls area, right? I know what you're talking about, girlfriend.
No, she lives down the block, but spends most of her time in my place.
Oh, she's real. Oh, okay. Okay. You never know in the fandom. You never know.
Jovanna, don't act like these people.
Noted.
You might have seen a recent headline floating around about how Marvel supposedly lost confidence in Larson and Captain Marvel, leading them to consider dropping her and the character from the MCU. I actually haven't read anything about that.
I also don't believe that. So
I don't. Mm-mm. Fortunately, we have various media services, propaganda centers, who take the time to scope out truth amid the bevy of what can call real fake news. Some of the fake headlines like this are being generated over at YouTube, where a few media outlets run with these stories. Did they know Fandom Menace was going to read this article? This is like set up.
It sounds like a setup, doesn't it?
You have to see the other ones they made about like Palpatine and everything. I did videos on this on my channel from a couple cheat sheet articles. This is like literally parody like journalism. I swear.
So this is we're their audience. That's what this is. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Well, shit, let's help a brother out. All right. False narrative 101 are being generated over at YouTube, where a few media outlets run with these stories, hence ending up in your news feeds. I haven't heard any of those videos. What videos are you watching? Because I haven't, and I watch all of them. If they say Captain Marvel on it, I'm clicking that button. I hit like before the first second is even on. I know what's coming, and I'm going to like it. Inverse is one source recently outing the source of this erroneous, there's a big word, erroneous, Captain Marvel.
Oh, that was a good one.
I know. They found out that the place generating this false Larson headline was on a YouTube channel called Overlord DVD.
False.
Hail, Lord Doomcock.
Hell, yes. Doomcock. Take it with a grain of salt, people.
Where misogynist opinions about movie pop culture are a little too common. Well,
misogynist? I don't know if I'd call Doomcock misogynist.
I was just about to ask you that question. Jane, do you think he's a misogynist?
No, I don't think they know what that word means.
I don't either. I'm starting to believe they don't have a dictionary. The man is one of the...
Greg Bryan. Greg Bryan is a man who begs to get laid. He has to pay for it. How do you respect yourself, man?
Oh, this is a guy who wrote this?
Oh, yeah, this is a dude who wrote this. He's trying to get laid.
Well, I'm very effeminate in the writing.
They're misogynist. I'm with you. Beat me. Hey, screw the patriarchy. You know, I'm ashamed of my mandom. Please touch my penis.
Well, we're actually we're not being right here, guys. We're assuming He's a guy.
Oh my God!
Oh, we're assuming gender.
It's still his live
right,
name.
Jovanna?
It could be his dead name in a couple of weeks. Is that what you're suggesting?
We didn't check his pronouns.
I'm just saying he's a
Did
beep
he put
bop
his
poop.
pronouns up there?
No, there's no
Yeah, he
pronouns.
didn't put his pronouns next to his name. Shameful.
God damn it, you woke writers out there. Listen, you need to start having that in your tab. You need to have that next to the name so we know, so we're not offending anyone. We don't know if this man is a tucker. We don't know if he tucks it. We don't know. So we would like to know that so that we can be more respectful of Greg.
What do you mean by tuck it, Stephen? I don't understand.
Tuck the sausage between the buns so nobody can see it.
Oh.
I don't think a guy like this who writes
right.
articles like this needs to do anything about tucking in order for not to be seen.
Are we talking about
I knew what that meant and Scott didn't.
Because Scott's a boomer.
Is Ihorn Finkel and Finkel is Ihorn? Is that what we're trying to say?
That's where I'm going with that.
Oh, okay. Do you guys understand the idea of sarcasm, Jovanna? God dang it.
We understand.
Is that the cover, Scott?
You did notice that? He's a tucker. Okay. I just thought maybe like a Huck Finn and type thing we're going there. Anyways, go on.
What we want to know is how a story from a controversial YouTube channel ends up making national headlines.
Because he's awesome.
Because you get more fucking truth out of independent creators than you do from people who claim to be mainstream media. That's why. Fuck you, Greg. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
And you also get an honest opinion and someone who will look at both sides of the issue and not just assume, like, what's this dude's name? Carrie?
Greg. You have to drink soy when you say the name.
Yes, yeah, he's lactose.
Gargle it.
He's lactose.
Gargle it.
I like my miso soy ice cream. It's so delicious. Anywho, Greg, I just want you to know I'm not coming at you. Okay. But to call Doomcock a misogynist is like calling, I don't know, Oprah a conservative. Because you're just throwing words out there, buddy. He's just throwing words out there and hoping they stick.
Look, Doomcock could, he is probably someone who could run you off a list at a moment's notice of different characters from different ages of science fiction, different decades of heroines that are ladies. You know what I mean? Come on, whatever. This is a narrative. Greg is upset that the only people who read his articles are dumbasses like us who are in the fan. And that's it. I'm hoping I can strike that one video that'll review my article and somebody will notice me. I'm ashamed of my man. And please touch my penis. All right. It also makes us wonder if Larson really wants to keep putting up with a contingent of male fans who thought she wasn't the right choice for Captain Marvel, Carl Danvers. Jayne, you now have a wiener.
Apparently so, according to them.
You are a misogynist with a wiener. How do you feel about that?
I feel so sad.
Do you?
I'm just torn up about it.
See, until I saw the movie, I didn't actually think Brie Larson was a terrible choice for Captain Marvel because she has an appearance that fits similar to the comics, aside from being overly muscular. And I've seen her in some pretty good performances in her career, so I was expecting it to be well crafted. But what ended up happening is a terrible script with terrible direction, and then her personality, or at least what her publicist told her what to be her personality, kind of ruined the allure for wanting to support such a person.
I'd even argue that her acting was pretty weak too. Listen, I don't think Brie Larson's a good actress in general. I heard she was good in this movie called Room, but I haven't checked it out. But I thought she was bad in Captain Marvel. I thought she was terrible in 21 Jump Street. But I know a lot of people actually disagree with me on that. But
holy crap, that was Brie Larson? God, she looks so different. 21 Jump Street, you're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was her in 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, she was
in Scott Pilgrim. She's been in a couple of other films where she's done some pretty decent performances, but she also had directors that actually work with actors.
Yes.
And I'm of the theory that the two directors that worked on Captain Marvel, one directed all the other actors and another one focused solely on Brie Larson, and that's why there's no coherency between her performances and everyone else's.
But I'm just saying, hypothetically, real quick, script. When you have an actress that looks like she does in 21 Jump Street and in Scott Pilgrim, and then how she looks just a couple movies later, this is hypothetical. Cocaine. It's a dangerous drug.
Cocaine is a dangerous
Well, if you're talking about reconstructive surgery to repair some damage,
maybe, my friend, and a lot
theoretically
of
by
weight
cocaine
loss.
use.
Yes, she had cocaine. That's all I'm saying.
Script. Do you think? So, what are you saying? Is that like she does have acting ability under the right coaching, under the right direction? You think that she's competent?
Yeah, basically, when there's actually something to be done with regards to care about performance. I mean, there's three things that make an actor really good. One, their own ability and skills of the craft. Two, their direction. And three, the editing. Are the best takes of their performance being utilized, and is it cohesive with the rest of the film? And unless all those three things work together, you're not going to really get the best out of the final product. I mean, we've all seen some great actors be in some movies where like, what the heck is that? And that comes down to the editing. Or you see an actor and you get that does a great performance, and then you see him in a movie where all the performances are terrible. That's also editing, because there might have been takes that were far superior, but the director or editor or studio felt that that performance didn't fit in line with the overall story, and so they picked the one that did. And as a result, the actor's reputation gets a little hurt by the audience from that.
Would you put Nicolas Cage in that group?
Nicolas Cage has been in that group, yes.
Okay.
Oh, what a meme.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
All of us at the Cheat Sheet join in on condemning any media service upholding these sexist Captain Marvel rumors.
Oh.
Well, that's conjecture.
What's this?
Even sources like We Got This Covered.
They're not a source.
They're not.
Oh my God. Cheat Sheet is using them as a source. You know this.
Why are we slumming it?
It's a parody.
Like we're
This is
slumming
because I'm loving. I'm sorry, man, but it's like a bad movie. I can't look away. I'm enjoying it that much.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. However, there aren't nearly enough outlets reporting the truth in this story. One thing we know for sure. One thing we know for sure, Marvel is definitely sticking with Larson as Captain Marvel, including the eventual sequel during Phase 4. Besides the changes, they're small. They break a contract with Larson she'd signed for 5 Marvel films. We got to put up with it for 5 films?
No, she's done 3 of those already.
Films.
Oh,
yeah, she just has to be in the film.
Okay.
She's done 3. There's 2 left.
Okay. All right.
And even if the contract's broken, there's not going to be any legal action or penalties.
Okay.
I would just put her in like Spider-Man and then watch her die in another movie and you're done.
Well, if they introduce the X-Men, they can put her in Spider-Man if they want, and then in Captain Marvel 2, it's a dour movie where she loses her powers to Rogue if they get the X-Men involved.
Oh God, yes, please.
Oh yeah, Rogue.
But what if? Okay, let's take a hypothetical. What if Captain Marvel 2 comes out and it's a good film and she does well?
Then everybody wins out of that.
What would we be able to say that was a good film?
I would. I have no problem saying it's a good film, even if it's got actors in it I don't like.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't like Daniel Day-Lewis, but he's been in lots of good films that I enjoy.
Okay. Yep. All right.
What
Fair
the
enough.
Hell do you have against Daniel Day-Lewis?
I don't think he knows English. And and on top of that as well, he doesn't reciprocate what other actors give him. He deliberately dominates, so he says lines that don't fit in line with the scene or the context of the scene. And while the performance individually is fantastic, it's bad acting because he's being selfish and he's not actually contributing to the whole, which is what an actor is supposed to do.
Gotcha. He's his type of acting. God, what is that called? When you
does method acting.
Method acting, yeah.
Method,
yeah.
Which is a sign of a weak actor.
Could you imagine being like, in a group of people with someone constantly playing a part? That would drive me crazy. I'd want to smack them in the head with a pie pan or something, just something ridiculous.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I were in the movie, say My Left Foot, and Daniel Day-Lewis is constantly acting like that guy, by the end of production, he would only be able to use his left foot.
Oh, God.
Damn, script doctor getting
so
gangsta.
frustrating, and also, but I mean, the other, like the actor has to be able to access emotions, memorize lines, give out a performance and stuff quickly, and you shouldn't be able to. And the thing is, you shouldn't be dependent on that situation in order to maintain it. You should be able to understand your craft and yourself as an individual, that you can embody a character as opposed to living like one in order to maintain consistency, because it basically just shows a lack of discipline and a lack of skill from being able to go from one personality to another. Like, you have to be yourself to be yourself and be a cognizant human being. But if you can turn it on as like a switch and portray someone else, that is actual skill. Like, that's what Meryl Streep does. She is like the best. Like, you can see her go into a character in the middle of an interview. Like, that does not require method acting. That requires discipline and skill.
Right.
But Daniel Day-Lewis, who, for all his reverence that people have for him, needs to method act and stay in character for the entire duration of the production, even when it frustrates everybody that works with him. So it's clearly showing that this guy is not as skilled as he is praised as being, and is reliant on basically a very childish take and approach to acting, which is just like, I'm just going to be.
I never would have thought of that.
Do you think some of it's just attention seeking?
Oh, there's definitely an aspect of that. I mean, one thing an actor is attention whore. But we benefit from it because, of course, they do great performances, right? So, again, if it's entertaining for us, it works, but it's also detrimental to them as a human being. So that's my experience dealing with actors in the industry.
There are people in Hollywood trying to figure out who Script is so that they can just call him up and talk some shit. I guarantee it. What are you saying about me, mother? Oh man, stay anonymous, buddy. Stay anonymous.
Oh yes, I'm doing a decent job of that so far.
Good. One thing we know for sure is Marvel is definitely sticking. Oh, we already read that. The only truth we know, despite the above YouTube channel, moving forward with a theory, Marvel wanted to pair Captain Marvel with Spider-Man to make her more likable. Some media sources think there could be kernels of truth to this, but we shouldn't assume any of it without official confirmation. There's no leaks. There's no You're not allowed to speculate, people. Don't take anything with a grain of salt. All right, or you're a propagandist. Right. We should all be worried about if there are more organized online groups creating forceful enough headlines to take on a life of their own. What do you mean, people, fans having a voice? I mean, fans actually speaking their minds and having a voice and being able to have any kind of creative influence, or be able to have their voices heard anyway to these creatives, whether they're doing a good job or a bad job, whether we're praising them or not. Like, you can't just keep shoveling flowers on top of shit. I'm sorry. And that's what the mainstream media does. That's the access media does. That's what people like this website does. Greg is definitely a Tucker. I'm sorry, but I'd rather be in a world where I have a lot of different people who may all be commentary. We could all be commentary. We could all just be, okay, I heard this and putting it out there as a rumor or whatnot. But I would rather have us here voicing our opinions. I'd rather have the people in this chat voicing their opinions than just get this garbage, because this, I don't even know what this is, Greg. I don't even know what you just wrote. You don't get any online traffic, so you just wrote about the Phantom Menace without mentioning the Phantom Menace, and you said, God, please read me. Please give me some traffic.
Please make a response video.
Yes. God. Maybe if I talk trash on Doomcock enough, he'll make a video about me and make me famous. That's a damn shame.
I just want to be able to tell my mother I'm really a writer.
Oh,
there is no such thing as bad press.
Oh my God. Should we deem this pop culture rumor a case of hateful slander?
Why doesn't this person cite websites to promote like the point of view he's discussing? Oh wait, they don't have them.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't have one.
It's like they want to tell us to be quiet, but they won't just put out their own counter opinion. Like
a six-joint system. Okay, we have to read this next three paragraphs. Right. I'm curious about the 6-point system to destroy franchises.
You've got it. Okay, when you see groups directly on YouTube spouting unfounded rumors and upending truth to uphold their agenda, you have to keep it a name so it's easier to identify. Nobody should be afraid to call it to rumor mill slander, since it's being done in a forceful enough way where it makes it into the mainstream for massive misinformation.
How is talking forceful? Like, communication is not a violent thing.
No, but anyone who has a different viewpoint than this person is considered a violent agitator.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Against their very nerve center.
Yep. It's triggering. Okay? It's triggering. It's very triggering. Okay,
I'm triggered. I'm eating freaking almond butter because I'm very upset.
Almond butter?
Oh, don't do that. That's terrible for your immune system.
That is right.
Maybe the old toxic fandom theory of going through a 6-point system to destroy franchises they can't control is right after all. I'm going to have to click on this. You know I'm going to have to click on that, right? After we're done reading this, I got to click on that. I got to find out where this link fucking goes.
Yeah.
It usually goes to another article.
Oh, here we go. The lack of respect for the creative decisions of Marvel and Star Wars is still a little staggering.
Lack of respect for decisions? We are consumers. What happened to the respect for our opinion? What happened to the consumer's always right? Now it's just consumer, shut up.
You got the wrong agenda.
Yeah, well, there's a big conflation when it comes to like the whole phrase "the customer's always right" was actually a punchline to a vaudeville joke where people stole items from a shop because they would make up lies about the business practices, and the joke was the customer was always right. What ended up being the axiom is more the customer knows what they want and knows what they like. Yeah. And the thing is that you're supposed to listen and learn that in order to market and create products that will fit that want or fill a need that they can't maybe articulate, because a customer doesn't usually know what they like until they like it, right? So you got to present them with ideas and see what kind of works, and that's how you get the relationship for business to customer. But if you just go by a blank statement of the customer is always right, then it comes to the point where if the customer is always right, well, why do they need the service provider? Because if they're right, then they don't need to go to them for anything. Right. So like you kind of have to balance those back and forth. So what's the point in having, like, there'd be no such thing as customer service or troubleshooting if the customer really was always right. So like that's how you have to kind of reconcile.
There's no reason to market to anybody if the customer is always right. What you need to do is you're trying to make the customer understand this is right.
But what I'm saying is I always sort of read it more as the customer was right about what it was they were asking for, or what it was they were interested in.
It's not even that.
They wanted.
What it is the customer knows what they want.
Right.
So
what they like. Yeah.
In the field of our fandom, it's more than, I think that's a better way of looking at it, because the fandom, we have been watching these shows, some for generations, some for most of their life. We know what we're looking for when we're watching a superhero movie or a Star Trek or a Star Wars. We know the type of premise we want. We just want you to give it to us in a different way. So we don't want you to ruin the canon we already have, but maybe give us it in some way that we never thought of it before. Not just repurpose it and then shit on what we've already loved. Star Trek is the best example of that.
You can also see the opposite of it too. You can also see the opposite of it too in fan films, because the fans that make the fan films are like, well, this is what we want and we think we're right. And then you watch them and you realize, well, there's a lot of stuff that we've seen familiar with other Star Trek shows, and there's a lot of love there, but it's not doing the same. It's not achieving the same result of what original Star Trek shows, well, properly produced Star Trek shows did, at least prior to the Kurtzman and JJ era. So you actually see that disconnect. So you can actually see on both sides where it's like, yeah, the customers know exactly what they want. They know how to make what they want, but it's missing that extra spark. And that comes down to the fact that what a writer has to do, what a director has to do, what a creative has to do is figure out what do they want, what has worked in the past, and try and figure out the pattern to create something that can be injected and fill those needs while also being something new and not patronizing to the prospective audience. And that's like the trick. That's why writing in itself is so damn hard, because like I could whip off like a simple derivative copy Star Trek show like in 10 minutes, but you wouldn't like it because you're like, well, I kind of saw this all the game. I'm ahead of the story. There's no interest. There's no curiosity. There's nothing for me to take forward. It's just like a clip show of the best ofs all jammed into one episode. It's like a Lower Decks thing. So you want to make sure that when you're negotiating with customers, because it's always a negotiation, that you're listening to what they like, you're listening to what they want, you're trying to understand who they are as a potential customer, and then you're trying to build something that fits what they like, but also identifies what they're missing that they also may like, because that's how you
give them something they didn't know they wanted.
Exactly, yeah. And that's also really hard. That's why you got so many hits and misses when it comes to entertainment, because people are expecting that maybe this is something that they don't know that they want, and if we provide it, it will work. But then you can also skew that data by having basically young people in the gatekeeping positions of like readers, story analysts, and whatnot, saying, well, I think the world needs this, so I'm going to only pass things that meet that up the head, so that it becomes an influx, and it skews the data from those that have the money into thinking that this is the way or the way society is moving into, and they're just going to block out the stuff that is actually of quality that may not fit all those points, but is it just doesn't fit exactly what they want. And so what we've seen firsthand is the manipulation of data from a very small first tier line of gatekeeping that is there only really for perseverance purposes. It's not there to actually deliberately shut out anybody, or at least it wasn't designed that way. It was basically saying, like, if you want to get to the next stage, you got to be better than everyone else around you.
But has it become that?
It hasn't been that for, I would say, 17 years.
So I actually found the stages of toxic fandom, and that's why I
great.
Off. But
here we go, people.
Not a lot though.
There's stages.
It's not 6.
Well, it is, but I don't. It is 6, but it's like really quick. I don't know this website. So but
you know us.
It's called.
I think you know us well enough. What is it called?
Scoop Nest. Share it. I've already shared it.
I know. Okay. I just wanted to get Tina's thing up there real quick. You understand that it could be 6 lines and we can make this a 30-minute conversation.
I know that. I know the crew I'm dealing with. this is really short. The stages of a toxic fandom are 1. Who's
the writer?
Sam Sykes. And this is from 3 years ago.
That's a very interesting profile picture, might I add.
Well, apparently he's an angry person and a bear wrestler. That's what his profile said. I didn't bother bringing it up.
Okay. Let's see these 6.
Okay, number 1 is I love this. Number 2, I own this. 3, I control this. 4, I can't control this. 5, I hate this. And 6, I must destroy this.
That is fandom?
No.
That is fandom.
No, that's the opposite. That's the things that I understand everybody is fighting against.
Mm-hmm. Those are the ideas.
It does seem to be the thing we're fighting against. To me, it's... Go ahead, Steven.
Because it's like this. For me, as a traditional fan of like Star Trek, let's say Star Trek, my all-time favorite. I love it because I grew up with it, and my father imparted that love to me, and then we got to share in that love during TNG, and then I got to go off and explore the love of my life on my own with the other Star Trek series, And I had no time did I ever feel like I owned this. I would always talk with other fans about their perspectives, who their favorite captain was, the favorite ship, favorite series. I like all the shows for various reasons, all the different casts. I like some more than others, but I like some individual characters more than others from different shows. These are the things we used to talk about. Never had any control. I can't control this. Well, I can't really control it. Other people are in control of creating this. I'm not the one. Then it goes into I hate this and I must destroy this. If anything, I hate what's been done, and I have voiced my opinion about what's being done, and then I get called names and ridiculed and shamed and told I'm not allowed in this fandom anymore, and gatekept by these new people who came in loving it, owning it, taking different characters and presenting them as something that they're not, or elevating, putting the center of issues on things where either they've already been dealt with, especially in Star Trek. A lot of social commentary has already been done in Star Trek, but just misrepresenting what that universe meant to me, which was one about hope, one about progression, eventually getting to a place where we all get along, or at least we all get along to the point where no one's hunting or denying anyone their rights or privileges because of what or who they are, like humanity moving forward together. That's the Gene Roddenberry future I talk about a lot. That's what I'm looking forward to. But you've got people that are coming in and just using it to create division, and they're just calling me a misogynist or a supremacist or alt-right or blah, blah. All this crazy stuff. I've been watching Star Trek since I was like 10 years old, probably a little earlier than that. But like, that's I've never heard that. Never at any of the Star Trek groups, blog sites, conventions, any of it. I've never heard this before. Not until the last few years, this new crop, this Alex Kurtzman Discovery crop, have I heard these types of arguments being presented, and it's completely foreign to me, and I don't understand it. So yes, I hate that. I definitely hate that. I think it's taking away from the possibilities of great creative expression, and more shows that we can come together and debate whether or not are good, but have a good time doing it, having a respectful time doing it. Heated, yes. Debated, absolutely, but a good time doing it. I must destroy this. The only people who think in these terms are, like I said, the ones who have come in and said, "Oh, I love this. We could push representation in this of some fringe group that blah blah blah." And if anybody has a problem with it, then we own this. So we own this. So now we can exclude those people because they're ists and phobes. We control this. Those are the types of people that I see. Honestly, if the creatives in Disney Lucasfilm, CBS All Access, BBC, other creatives, as they start to, for whatever reason, and I'm sure Script could give you a list of reasons as to why this would happen, and probably none of it has to do with love for the lore and legacy, but begin to realize that they're losing money, they're losing their customer base because of the garbage that they're putting out. When that turn happens, and I believe that it will happen, I am Fandom Menace. I am a Centaurian at the gate. I am besieging the castle. I will get my shit back. And when that happens, when the fans win, when the abused fans have finally won and stayed long enough and talked long enough about how much we love what our modern myths used to be, then those are the people that are going to be setting fire to shit and going blitzkrieg because they're not being pandered to anymore. Their division, their destructive attitudes, which I'm done with. So yeah, I don't know. Somebody else take on
this is my problem. Well, though, this is my problem. A couple of them, yes, I can understand their thoughts. I love this. I own this it's more that's I own this and I destroy this are more of like physical things, action things. Like I destroy this makes it sound like the person is a violent person. That's what this person wants you to think. That's what he's putting in your head. By destroying it, you're going out and you're actually using an action and trying to physically or by virtue of making videos and talking about it, destroy a property. That is not what any of us are trying to do. What we're trying to do is have them go back to what the properties were. Preserve it. Perfect way of putting it, Stephen. Preserve the property. We're trying to go back to the purity of the property. Star Trek they were beyond, and I wasn't even that much of a Star Trek fan. I got to say, them destroying it made me go back and watch the older ones. And what the older ones were about were about the human race has moved on from hatred and violence and hunger and all the horrible things we still have.
For those Roddenberry purists out there, an argument can be made that everything after the second season of TNG is not Roddenberry canon, and I get that. Sorry, I'm a nerd. Just had to put that in. Go ahead.
The first two seasons of Star Trek TNG are still pretty good.
They are pretty good. I think season 3 starts getting pretty damn good. But the thing I see is that you're still it's the human race trying to be the explorers that we are and bring a message of hope and friendship to other worlds, and not to get involved, not to stop their growth by telling. Can you imagine if they went to a world and we're like, "Oh, you're not doing this right. We're going to fix this. You guys aren't growing the right way. We don't like how all the women are running this planet. So we're going to stop that right now."
I want to go to one of those sex planets. Star Trek.
What you're talking about is the Prime Directive, where you enforce your own personal beliefs into another culture or society. And it always has detrimental effects, which is a lesson we learn in Star Trek, and a lesson that is oddly enough not actually being taught today anymore.
It also goes to and it's also
they actually talk against it.
A lot of Star Trek
material talk against it
comes from the experiences of that we've people. like indigenous peoples on this, the way that different technologically advanced civilizations can have on indigenous people. Like there's a lot of correlations that can be made. Star Trek's always been about social commentary. You can have that discussion about non-binary, what's and whatnot. You could do that. What's already been done. But when you start using the platform and hiring a person just because they identify a certain way, and then the story is now going to be written around the actor or actress or whatever the person calls themselves that's moving into this role, like there's a problem there. You don't need to do all that. That's virtue signaling tokenism. There's no need for that. Star Trek was meant and is built to confront any type of social debate that is being had issue right now. Any type, but it's done in a way that the medium explores it. You are allowed to through the eyes of the characters. The events are written well around it, and it's a lot of Star Trek has always had kind of like a double. It's always like a double whammy. You can just sit there and enjoy it for the story because it's giving to you like through alien cultures when it's actually making a point about something current, but it doesn't hammer you over the head with it, and also allows you, if you love that episode or if you think deeply about it, what's going on, the philosophical questions that can be raised by it, it does help you to confront social issues that are happening in the time or have happened in our lifetimes. Like it's built for that. Alex Kurtzman, all these
well, this is the thing.
They don't need to take the direction they're doing.
The problem is in that second wannabe Khan movie that they made, they right at the beginning throw it in the face. I really think they're saying this to the fans when Spock tells the Federation that Kirk went against the Prime Directive, and Kirk is angry at Spock. Spock's trying to say, well, I was just trying to follow the rules, which is canon. And Kirk is telling him, you are the problem for trying to follow the rules when all I was doing was changing the rule itself and saving this culture that now treats me like a god.
Another thing, they race swapped Khan. I don't like that shit. Khan is a Middle Eastern man played by a Mexican. I didn't like that. I like the actor, but like something simple like that, just messing with canon like that with Khan was it pissed me off. Khan's not an English cat; he's a Middle Eastern prince. Why can't we tell that story? I'm not sure if they were. When did it come out? 2011? When did it come out? When did?
Because
2012 maybe or something. Oh. Yeah,
what we talked about in your stream, Rogue Entertainment, it was name recognition. That was it. That's all they wanted Khan for was the name recognition.
I also was wondering because Khan is a Middle Easterner. Were they afraid of like a Middle Eastern backlash or they never really say he's Islamic. They never really say Khan is Islamic, but like where they were worried about some kind of a backlash from that character. Look, Khan done right is one of the best antagonists in science fiction, done correctly. There was no need to race. Okay, I went on a tangent about that. That movie pisses me off.
No,
sorry.
So Jovanna, Jayne, what are your thoughts?
I'm not a Star Trek fan.
No, I mean I just take issue with this whole idea of being upset with fans espousing their views. That's the thing I don't understand. Why they're constantly trying to silence people instead of having a normal human conversation about things. And if we have differences of opinion, so be it. That's not violence. It's not an attack. You shouldn't be triggered by it. I mean, it's just crazy.
Jayne, you sound like a misogynist.
Yeah,
that's internalized misogyny at its finest.
And we have, according to Christie in the chat, with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Christie. I'm guessing it's poo because I can't see it, but I appreciate it.
Why aren't you here? Why isn't Christie here?
I don't know why she's not here. Well, she's in the chat. She should have the link. She's in the dump chat. She knows she's invited every time. So thank you, Christie. Super chats. Okay, shut your mouth. Super chats help the channel. One of these days, I'm going to get new equipment. So thank you very much for stickers, super chats, being members. You guys all rock. Once I find out how YouTube's going to pay me, because I still don't figured that out yet, it's going to be awesome.
Please get this man a computer. You didn't get that letter yet?
They're not responding to me. I keep sending them support questions about like, where's my PIN number?
Listen, honestly, dude, it came later than I thought it was going to come to. But
is this regarding an AdSense account?
Yeah, his AdSense account.
Oh, okay.
As in AdSense. Okay. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, is this the other article?
Yes, I'm just going to. Well, no, I thought you wanted me to finish reading this. You want me to get the other article?
Sure. I thought we were done. Yeah.
No. We can't even get through an article in a freaking hour. All right.
Welcome to the dump, man. Welcome to the dump.
The lack of respect for the creative decisions of Marvel and Star Wars is still a little staggering. Now there's literally a pop culture war to play to make one side a reality. The good news is spreading falsities doesn't lead to reality, even if there's a danger of actors like Brie Larson thinking there are internal studio conspiracies going on beyond her knowledge.
What falsities?
What?
Like, where is that coming from that she thinks that?
I don't know.
Heard that
shut up now.
She's a victim. First off, everybody's a victim, all right? So she's heard these things, and she's hurting. She's hurting, Jayne.
Oh, now you're in trouble, Steve. You're in trouble.
So misogynist. Oh shit.
I'm on my phone, so I can't stay because I'm at work.
You're at work.
You're at work.
Yeah.
She's talking.
It's weird.
Say Team Candy Corn, Christie.
Don't you dare, Christie. I can't hear you, but don't you say that. That's what I like. I saw that. Yeah, Christie. That's my
I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the chat, but I'm at work. So
all right.
Well, have fun at work.
Thank you for stopping in. We love you.
All right, bye, guys.
See you, Christie.
Bye.
I said it first. I said I loved her first, Scott.
Well, I love her more and better. And I have no shirt on.
I don't even know where to go with that.
Anywho, whatever.
Okay,
so what?
let's talk about pole dancers. Let's talk about pole dancers.
Yeah,
I think we should talk about
not?
pole dancers. Okay, so this is more up everybody's alley. Why don't we get people out there? You remember Rock the Vote, everybody? Rock the Vote was like P. Diddy and everybody. Rock the Vote had like P. Diddy and other actors from the 90s, probably like Dylan McKay and the people from, I don't know, like Seventh Heaven maybe told you to go rock the vote. Now we have pole dancers telling us.
Lead actor in that is not a good person.
Who? What's her name?
The lead actor in Seventh Heaven.
The dad. I thought the dad got into a little trouble.
This is fake. This is fighting the patriarchy.
I think we're gonna have to play this video. I'm sorry if they're gonna strike me. They're gonna copyright me. I don't care.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, you can read.
It's a public service announcement. Right? Technically, shouldn't. I'm not seeing a big diverse variety of strippers here.
Oh, they're all
right.
Why are they all black strippers?
Are you?
That's a very good question.
I don't know.
That's a really good question. Why are they all? I've worked in strip clubs before, and there's a diverse group of young ladies trying to find their way through college by stripping. Support themselves.
All right. Do you want to watch? Are we watching this commercial? We're going to watch this commercial now.
Well, it's interesting.
I think we should.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I agree.
There was an issue a while back in New York about strippers complaining that the dark-skinned strippers weren't getting as much work. So it's interesting that they decide to use them when it's convenient for this type of propaganda.
Well, it's minority representation.
When it's convenient, though.
Right.
Jayne could kill you with her voice as much as it could soothe you. She said that, and I just had the image of being backstabbed by a thief in D&D.
BSM, everyone.
She's a siren.
BSM.
Is that what she is?
Yes. All right, here we go.
BSM. BSM. Black strippers matter.
It's gonna play. There we go.
That didn't come off as well as I thought it would. Okay. Anyways,
watch this. Oh my God! Look at the cottage cheese.
Get your booty to the pole.
Oh, we're totally
to
getting
the
that.
pole. Get your booty to the 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 pole. Get your booty
This
to the
editing is
pole.
giving me a freaking seizure.
Did we get your attention? Good.
Huh?
So, you really not gonna vote? You know it's more than just the president on the ballot, right? Check it.
A district attorney decides who to
Check
prosecute.
Including whether or not to go after dirty cops.
Do you know who elects the DA? We do, but you don't want to vote.
Can't make it rain if you locked up on some bullshit.
Want trades
Oh
and
my
coding
God.
taught in our schools? Then vote for the
You need me to stop.
You don't want to be locked up on some bullshit. You can't make it rain up in here. Wow.
Do you think strippers have
What
a
did
problem?
she say about schools? What did she say about schools?
Well, if you vote for local offices, that determines how educate. Like that gives gym and a shop class and trades programs an opportunity to be taught in schools, which have been cut for decades now.
Mm.
I think 2.5 decades, pretty much.
Like, I don't discount someone's opinion just because they're a stripper. I mean, like, I don't care.
No, sometimes
they're
they're paying for grad school, so they better be sharing that knowledge, right?
Right.
But why can't they just say that? Why do they have to be saying it while half naked?
To get it
fully clothed.
What?
That's clothed. I mean, the one on the left is definitely closed. The one on the right is revealing a little too much cheek, but that's okay.
Look, when I'm teaching my daughters about the beauty of democracy and the ability to vote for your president and the people that
and
that run your government, I make sure to show them this ad to say, look, you can even strippers know. You should too.
I would too. I think this is America. This is America.
No, this is America. It's just, yeah, it's definitely America.
I just want to see and be like, yeah.
I just want to see who the token white stripper is. So can we go on? Is it?
All right.
Oh my God! Please be Brie Larson.
You would have to have something to shake.
school boards that will prepare us for the job market.
Want to end cash bail? Well, then vote for the sheriffs and county officials that feel the same way you do.
But you talking about, they gonna pick who they gonna pick, shawty.
Ferguson just elected the first black mayor.
What the hell was that?
I don't
was
know.
that a stroke?
I mean, that's the thing. She was trying to pretend to be a black male. Like, why is this thing happening?
Why does he have to sound like that?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Sorry. I'll stop now.
Yeah. You know how that happened?
It's clear black lives
Oh my
don't matter
God.
to some of our current elected officials.
If they matter to you, then don't let other people decide who's gonna run your community. Get your booty to the pole.
Get your booty to the pole. Get your booty to the pole.
Get your vote. Yeah,
Oh, I just got why they had pole dancers.
For information on how and where to vote, as well as resources to find out who's running where you live, go to getyourBootyToThePole.com.
Oh, we got to go there. We got to go there.
We gotta get our booty to the pole.
Definitely.
We got to go to get to. Oh, look up "Get Your Booty to the Pole," please. Oh my God, we got to go there. If there's not strippers that like you press their boob and it tells you one thing, and then like press them, another part of their body and it tells you something different, I'm going to be upset.
This is the stupidest thing I've seen this week.
That is the worst thing. Jane, tell me how you really feel.
Oh, I could not tell you how I really feel.
Yeah. You love it, Jane.
Oh.
Don't worry, because what's up next is Wannabe Rocky fights Sign for no reason. So that's a good one. McKinney90 says, Scott, would you rather have this telling you to vote or something like Cuties telling you to have to vote? I'd rather have neither. I'd rather to know what the politicians stand for, and for real, for once. And I'd like us to maybe not have to sell sex to get people to the poll. Like, it just makes no sense to me. There's children. Like, this is just not the right way to sell your voting freedom. It's like
I just wonder who came up with it, who approved this nonsense.
Well, we're going to find that out right now.
Joe Biden.
They're going from the pole to the poles. A new ad featuring exotic dancers is encouraging voters to get your booty to the pole ahead of the 2020 election. The colorful ad starts out with pole dancers in lingerie gyrating on a pole in front of bunting and then cuts to a dancer saying, "Did we get your attention? Good." You know, it's more than just the president on the ballot, right? Says one of the dancers. It just goes over the same damn thing. The ad includes.
Yeah, it really does.
This is a transcript of the actual video we just watched.
Well, it's a couple. The ad
it's a transcript.
Yeah, it's a transcript. All right. Yeah, it's. Oh my
It's
God!
so-
No.
It's just sponsorship.
I mean, just get your booty to the floor or
It's
a pole
clear that
or something.
It's clear. Listen, it's clear Black lives don't matter to some of our current elected officials.
Wow.
True.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
I know, but who they trying to point that out about? That's my
I'm
question.
wondering.
Well, clearly, they're talking to, for whatever stereotypical reason, Black males with this whole thing, which is just stupid because they're acting as if they can't, and racist, because they're acting like they can't just come on and talk to them like they're normal, adult, intelligent human beings.
That's
There's
what I was
that.
trying
And
to
also,
say
they probably
before.
speculate this is for the 18-year-olds to get them to vote.
This ad was
Again,
but
I just wait a minute. One second. Just
All right,
again,
God.
they're using Black females and strippers to sell the idea of voting to either young males or Black males, and to me, that is either a sexist or racist way of going about it. And they that's what they're focusing on.
Yeah,
And
but they didn't masculize. They didn't masculize them though.
Yeah, that's true. Toxic male. Toxic.
No,
man
but they
food
picked
for
the ones
$5.
who had the most exaggerated bodies they could find.
Well, you got to get your booty to the pole. If you don't have a booty, how are you going to get it to the pole? Toxic
then the
man food for
dialect.
$5. I used to.
That's just crazy.
I used to think the movie Idiocracy was a comedy, not prophetic nonfiction. That is so freaking true, man.
Exactly.
That's such a great movie too.
Oh, thank you so much for supporting the channel, my brother.
Wilson and Maya Rudolph. Yeah.
The ad was slammed by some as a flippant, out-of-touch way to engage Black voters, but
There you go.
But was written and directed by a Black woman who defended the work in a tweet.
Oh, then that makes it all right.
It makes it all better. Right.
Like beauties. It makes it fine.
You're a racist if you don't like it. I am the writer-director, and I am a Black woman. Look, damn, goddamn, Black woman.
Like, that's how she announces it.
I guess that's why there's that whole entire video is lacking sex appeal.
I was not paid for this and used my own money and raised.
It looks like she used their own money
from a
if you raise it from a GoFundMe, it's not her own money.
Black people, especially Black men, are ignored by our government, and I want them to know they need to start paying attention.
I can't. You just, you know what?
Okay.
We need
I
to
don't think
get
they
rid
know
of
who they're
Atlanta.
ignored by in the government.
Just cut Atlanta out and send it somewhere else. I don't know. It's crazy. This is why people don't go to Atlanta anymore.
Like in Futurama, like the lost city of Atlanta, just cut it out and put it in the ocean.
Yeah.
How are we going to get black males in Atlanta to vote? Strippers.
We have the website
I still
ready.
can't get over this.
I know, it's such a weird equation.
Oh, you got the website ready. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Get your
maybe
booty
this
to
was
the poll.
Oh, read it, my brother.
Research, vote. How to get your booty to the poll. It's an easy 1, 2, 3 for those of you who are too fucking retarded to know how to do this. Register to vote. Deadlines vary upon state, so register now, bruh. Hold up. It did not say.
Wait, it did not say bruh.
Oh my Jovanna, I think it said bra. It said bra.
No, that's BRUH.
Could someone explain that to us whiteys here? I don't know what they're saying.
Bra is like a Gen Z thing. It's not like okay boomer, but it's like if someone does something like stupid, you're just like
it's bra.
Like you don't.
Yeah,
the
we
thing
said
is,
that
they're
in the
using it
90s.
in like a weird context here because they're like, yeah, bra, like you're calling someone your bro, but that's not really how it's used. At least like in my generation, that's not how it's used. I'm not like, yo, bruh. It's not like that. It's just like bruh.
You're pretty much calling him a moron.
Well, that's the difference. A BRUH is just what Jovanna said, and the one we use was BRA. BRA.
That's different. Yeah.
It literally takes 2 minutes. You can register to vote here. So basically, the first line insinuates you're a moron
and lazy.
Lazy, yeah. That's not a stereotype. There are some shady mess going on out there. So if you think you are registered, double check it. You can do that here.
So they think this is how they have to speak.
Yes.
To communicate.
They've got to dumb it down.
Yeah, to communicate to the younger generation too. Because that's what all these people who are like advocating to vote and shit, like, or they're trying to get the younger generation in so that the Democrat turnout is higher than the Republican one.
But those were older strippers. Like they didn't use young strippers.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
It feels like they're going for older, well, not older, but like 20-something and 30-something-year-old black males, because that's what they were.
Do black males consider their butts booties?
I don't.
Depends, man.
I thought that was a gender-specific term.
For gay dudes, I would imagine.
It is Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
It is Atlanta.
There was a lot more than the president on the ballot. You need to know who cares about the stuff that will help you and yours. And
the stuff. It's just stuff. Stuff that's important.
There's too many syllables, I guess.
Every moron. We need all morons on deck. We need all morons on deck. If you registered yet, here, check here. Look, we're going to lead you to the wall. Check here. Check here. This is so condescending.
This is almost as bad. I'm sorry. This is almost as bad as if you're not black. If you don't vote Democrat, you're not black. You know what I mean? Like, this is as bad as that.
I'm no smart.
Here's the thing. So I've done voter registration before in the hood. Okay. People can have a normal conversation with you about the issues, about the people who are running. This is just the most condescending, patronizing, racist shit I have.
Right.
Just haven't we moved past this? I thought we were beyond this.
I guess not.
Oh, I think there's ways you can make this video more racist, especially if like the girls walk out of the strip club and then go to a barbershop across the street.
And there's a pole in the barbershop.
That's next.
Now, and I would like to know who were the people that actually made this video? Who dropped the money?
I want to know.
Black entrepreneurs in Atlanta, or is it a group of
a group of idiots? A group of idiots.
Definitely a group of idiots.
A person put a GoFundMe up and said help the strippers, and they got money. That's what it is. It's what it is. Okay, yeah. So about stuff, a lot of polls won't let you take out your phone when voting. So print your sample ballot or write down your choices because you can't remember them. You are too stupid to remember your own choices.
Oh my God.
You can download a simple ballot here. Here, we'll tell you who to vote for. If you're looking at a sample ballot thinking, what the F do these folks even do? You're not alone. You're not the only idiot on deck. You're not the only uneducated person who hasn't even taken the time to look at what the platform is for each person. You can find information on candidates, referendums, and various political offices and responsibilities here. Okay, well, that's good. I mean, at least you're giving informative information. Okay. Still not sure who to vote for? This website tells you what candidates have the same beliefs as you. That's a little scary.
Actually, I side with. I've done it twice, and it's pretty accurate.
Is it really?
You could do one that tells you your party, and you could do one that tells you what presidential candidate you agree with the most. So, for example, it could be like, this isn't accurate to me whatsoever, but it's like you could agree with, or I could agree with Trump 70%, and I could agree with Biden like 30%. You know what I'm saying? It's actually pretty helpful.
It can be, but it also scares me when you have something like that because the algorithm can always curb it to whichever way they want.
Right, yeah, because some of the questions are black and white.
56 million people.
You need to do your own research. You shouldn't be taking a freaking, multiple choice test.
Look, honestly, we don't have all the time in the world to figure out what each candidate stands for exactly. So getting some help with that information is a good thing, I believe.
Well, the problem, a lot of times though, people don't even do that. They'll go with sample ballots, and you can have situations where a local newspaper will publish their sample ballot with all of the people they support, and that's what people will take with them to the polls. Right. Another thing, though, is sometimes you'll have people who have zero interest in the community at all, but have their own agenda, who will publish their own ballot and send that out. And people will who don't know any better, will take that and go to the poll. So what they should be stressing is not these little tricks and tips and take, this ballot. What they should say is, look, these are the candidates. These are their websites. These are their videos. Listen to them. Communicate with them. Learn about them. This is when they're going to have their next, public event. Go talk to them. That's what we should be stressing to people, because your local candidates, your state candidates are accessible. So if you really want to engage, don't just listen to the news, and don't even just listen to what they say in their little talking points. Go to the events and talk to them face to face.
Yes. And most important is your local government. I mean, Trump is a constitutional federalist, which means he allows the states to have the power that the Constitution gave them. We have seen this in action with the riots, with COVID. People blame him, but that's what he believes. The states have the right to run the show in their own state. If you're not voting for the people that are going to run the state the way you want it to be run, then you are not doing your due diligence in your own hometown.
And that's the thing, a lot of people
know who your mayor is.
Exactly. And that's the thing people forget, is that they have this hyper focus on the president when it's Congress that actually makes the laws, and it's your local and state officials who things directly affect you. And it's not the president, but they push blame on the president, so it takes attention away from them because they don't have term limits. They're the ones who've been running government for all of these decades. It hasn't been the president. The president comes and goes. Exactly. So those positions matter, and that's what we should be focused more on even than the president.
Right.
Yeah.
And I agree with people that believe there should be term limits on senators and congressmen. The only one I don't believe is Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court, you're supposed to have an isolation from your political party and backlash. So there should not be term limits on the Supreme Court. That gives them the freedom to, judge the way they think is right, not the way they think their party is, which is the way it has been for the last, 3 decades at least. But when it comes to Congress, 3 terms, you should be out. 4 terms, maybe the most. It's ridiculous that people are there for 50 freaking years and they do nothing but make sure that they have the power.
Yep.
Christie, how are you, buddy?
What the fuck?
Yep.
Did you get your booty
to
the poll?
Are you going to rock the poll?
You know what? Fuck it. I'll be on camera. I don't care.
Do it, girl.
What the fuck?
Get your booty to the poll. They were getting their booties.
I don't need to take my booty to the. Well, I do need to take my booty to the poll when I go vote. I've been doing that since I was 18.
Are you going to take a poll with you to the poll?
No, and it's not POLE. It's POLL. Thank you very much.
Oh shit, she's so right too. They didn't even want to spell it right. That's the best. We're using a poll when it's POLL. That's great.
I hate to play devil's advocate, but I think that was the point of their joke.
It's not a joke.
Oh no, I get that. It's just, but it's not a joke. That's
no, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
That's serious.
And I've seen candidates, and I think even Kamala Harris retweeted this, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh shit!
Well, she's a joke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Somebody. By the way, she doesn't like candy corn, so that's one thing I like.
Look, I'm sorry. When it comes, you could say whatever you want, but when you have a candidate that calls one candidate a racist, and then a few months later is their vice president candidate, I got issues with that. I got issues with
that
just
is a joke.
But see, the problem is that you have this same thing happening with them, period. During the primary, they talk about each other.
All of them.
All the time. Exactly. Trump talked about everybody he ran against like a dog. When they turned around and said he's the greatest president ever. So they all do that.
Like if you look at Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio.
He talked about Ted Cruz's wife.
Yeah, because they all knew he wasn't a true Republican. That's really their reasoning for that.
I live in Texas.
My favorite one was Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz's dad killed JFK. That was my favorite.
You don't like Lion Ted?
I love Ted Cruz.
Dude, that's such a great election. Oh, God.
I love him as a human being, not maybe as a, I don't know. He's the only one that'll speak out against China, so I give him credit. Toxic Man Flu for $5. This is the danger to all democracy. Everyone has the same votes, even the idiots. This is why the Electoral College was created, to guard against that. He's absolutely right. And they want to get rid of it because they lost 2016. They want to get rid of, they want to add term limits to the Supreme Court because they lost 2016. They want to get rid of filibustering because they lost 2016. It's freaking.
You can't get rid of filibustering.
No, there's a reason why certain things were added into the Constitution, and they want to get rid of all of it because they lost one election. I've never seen bigger poor sports in my life. Like, you lost the election. Instead of asking the question of why did we lose,
right?
You attack for 4 years and get nothing done.
And when everyone told them they were going to lose, they didn't believe it. Like everybody said
this time.
You're going to lose. Yeah. You don't even listen to your own constituents.
Right.
Well, Scotty, I have that video pulled up for you, the one from Quarter Black.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's hear. Is that Toxic Man Flu one still up?
No.
It is on my screen. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, Lord. All right. This is presidential candidate Joe Biden, everyone.
Wait, is this from recently? Sorry.
Yes, this is very recent.
This was from the other, like yesterday or the day before.
Word.
He was speaking to the troops.
What you may hear about me, I have incredibly good judgment. One, I married Jill. And two, I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that. Just clap for that, you stupid bastard.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
Honestly, I feel like Joe Biden just tries to joke around like that, and it just comes off so poor. Like the whole thing with like, you ain't black. Like, he'll try to be relatable, and it just doesn't work.
But here's the problem. Why, America? This is my question. Why, America, are y'all electing people or nominating people for this role who should be retired in an old folks home somewhere? Mm-hmm. You know,
because he's not Trump.
Because that's how it's rigged.
Trump too. I don't get him. These people are almost 80 years old. Why are they the candidates?
Well, and I don't understand. You've got like the whole left who's been going. Duopoly. The whole left has been okay. I have in all seriousness, I have no problem with inclusion and diversity. No problem with it. Let it be a natural event. I have no problem with it. And the left is all about that right now. That's one of their big talking points. This is a dude they're praising who said that he didn't want schools integrated because he didn't want his white kids going to a jungle. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How are you
white kids?
They nominated him. They
They
nominated him over the guy who was actually physically involved in the civil rights movement.
Right.
Who actually got arrested for civil rights. I understand it.
I was a Bernie bro. Like that whole thing, I was a Bernie supporter all the way up until he got screwed over by the DNC.
I wasn't a Bernie supporter, but I respected the man for his convictions, I guess. But he's also a bullshitter. He's a millionaire that talks about socialism, and when you ask him why he doesn't donate, he gets all ruffled up and angry. So,
but what I liked about him was just what Jayne said. He was in the dirt. He was on the ground floor. He was in the civil rights movement.
Yeah, he was also in Russia during communism. He's a piece of shit. But I understand why you guys concede. I can understand that at least he made it seem like his convictions meant something to him. But I'm just so sick of why does everything have to be either the radical right or the radical left? What happened to moderates? What happened to people that can cross the divide?
Well, you had that, but see, what happened was they're also so corrupt that in 2016, people were simply against the establishment. You had a lot of people voting for Trump who were technically Democrats, registered Democrats, but they were sick of the corruption in the establishment, and they saw Trump as something different. It just
well, they also felt like Bernie got robbed.
That too, but he was also outside the establishment from their perspective. And so on the RNC side, I can tell you that a lot of people were upset about Trump's nomination because they didn't see him. Not only did they not see him as a Republican, and he's not in many ways, but they also thought he was a plant because of his closeness to the Clintons. And so you had a lot of distrust and a lot of anger and a lot of frustration. And I think a lot of people were just like, you know what? We don't care anymore. We're going to vote for the talk show host. Good luck.
Right.
And here we are.
And also, Donald Trump is an entertainer. He riled people up. That's why he's going to get, I have a feeling he's going to get reelected because, no offense to anybody, but I feel like his whole fan base is like such a cult at times because, he gets people riled up. He's an entertainer.
He's
they're rabid. You're right.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's entertaining. He makes jokes that the left just unravels.
Yeah. So here's the problem. Back in 2016, I wasn't going to vote for Trump anyway. Even this election, I'm not going to vote for Trump. I'm not voting for either of them. I'm looking more towards my local and state elections. That's what because a lot of shit is going down in the Dallas area where I live.
Write in Sporking.
Am I sporking?
No, you're going to write in Sporking for president.
No, I'm going to do what I did in 2016. I'm going to do Han Solo and Elvis Presley.
That's a good one.
But what I mean by that is I can see now that to me Trump is going to win this election. That's just to me. But in 2016, did his camp really take it seriously that he was going to win, or was he as shocked as?
Not at first.
They looked shocked to death. I think it was an advertising thing. When they won, they were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, because he's a political outsider.
Yeah,
right. Well, and you got to figure the entire establishment didn't take it seriously either. The establishment candidate was Clinton. Everybody was taking
Clinton and Bush. It was going to be another Clinton and Bush race.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. In 4 years, I got to say, there's things I don't agree with what Trump has done, but there has been a lot of good things he has done for, people, minorities, for women. But I do disagree with other things he did. But that's any presidency.
He's done exactly. I didn't vote for him.
My life.
But he did. I didn't vote for him, but he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Was trade and economics. That was going to be his strong suit.
Black people stuff like the HBCU funding and all that is what every president does every year, every time.
I just want to make a note that when we started the show,
the opportunity zones, that's something different.
Before we started this show, guys,
all over the country.
Before we started this show, Scott had said we're not going to talk about politics tonight. And we've spent
let's finish off with something good.
Let's talk about Carol Baskins.
Oh my God.
Did you see Christie's face light up when you shared this screen?
I did. I did. That's why I made sure this was with us. I know, Jayne, you were the one who tweeted this out, correct?
I did.
Yes, she did.
And that's why I wanted to make sure this was on. I was hoping Christie would be on because dogs pick up scent near home of Carol Baskin missing husband.
Mm-hmm. And this is from the Daily Mail. Andrew Accord at the Daily Mail. There's Carol. There's Carol right there. Cadaver dogs appear to have picked up the scent of human remains near a Florida lake house belonging to Carol Baskin's missing husband, Don Lewis. Lewis, who started a Tampa animal sanctuary, which later became Big Cat Rescue Corp., vanished a day before a scheduled trip to Costa Rica back in 1997. Despite the fact he was legally declared dead in 2002, his disappearance garnered global interest earlier this year following Baskin's star appearance in the Netflix documentary Tiger King. Lewis' remains have never been found, and Baskin denies having anything to do with his disappearance. However, her arch nemesis, Joseph Joe Exotic, go ahead, Christy. Christy, say his name for us.
What is it? No, it's Joe. His name is Joe Maldonado. Joe Maldonado Passage. That's his name.
Okay.
But that Joe Exotic, that bitch Carol Baskin,
has made wild claims that she fed Lewis to tigers.
Mm-hmm.
In a new investigation, Discovery special titled "Tigers, Lies, and Cover-Ups," set to air this coming Sunday.
Are you serious?
Oh,
yes.
wow. That was fast.
We've got to do a live stream.
Comment.
What's going? What? Tigers and Lies in the Cover-Ups? That's the new one?
Yes. Oh. So on Sunday, Christy, we're doing a live stream. Private detectives take another look at the case and bring in cadaver dogs to help try and locate Lewis's remains. Oh, there he is, playing with the tiger. That's so nice. In one scene from the upcoming special shared with DailyMail.com, Captain Mike Hastel from Peace River K9 Search and Rescue brings along a trained dog as he scours the waters right by Lewis's lake house. The female dog is disturbed by the scent she picks up, whimpering and barking as the boat circles one portion of the lake. There's something in that lake. There's something in there that's causing this dog to continuously alert on the west side of the lake near Don Lewis's house, an investigator states. Meanwhile,
is that the accent?
Yes.
That was really good, Stephen. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Meanwhile, Baskin is currently competing on a new season of Dancing with the Stars, with Lewis's daughter using the opportunity to speak out. Last week, Lewis's three daughters, Gail, Linda, and Donna, along with his former assistant, Annie McQueen, made heartfelt pleas for information about the disappearance during a commercial break on the hit ABC show.
During a commercial break?
Yay!
They paid for ads on Dancing with the Stars that Carol Baskins was on. That's cold. I like it.
Yeah,
that is no,
cold.
that's
Love
gangsta.
Mm-hmm. During the commercial, family lawyer John Phillips said, Don Lewis mysteriously disappeared in 1997. His family deserves answers. They deserve justice. Do you know what did this? Do you know who did this, or if Carol Baskins was involved?
Wow.
The family's advert appeared during a commercial break as Baskin donned her tiger print dress to cut across the floor with pro dancer Pasha Pashtoff for season 29 premiere of ABC's Celebrity Ballroom Competition.
Wow.
Baskin freed Pasha from a cage filled with stuffed tiger animals as they performed the Eye of the Tiger. Oh my God. Did you get any more corny?
We reacted to that on my channel, and it's glorious.
It was brilliant, yes.
I've got to see that. What live stream was that, Christy?
My birthday stream, but then I clipped it, so it's its own individual.
As soon as we're done here, I'm checking that out. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, Baskin said, using her catchphrase during her introduction video from Tampa, Florida.
No, Stephen. Hey,
I'm sorry.
I know. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Thank you. Thank you. Would you read the rest of this for us in Carol Baskins?
I can't. I'm gonna start laughing.
But that's what we want.
I can't read it because I'm looking at Scott's computer. I don't have my glasses on.
All right, look, you know what? I'll blow it for you.
No, that's phrasing, sir.
What?
The thoughts and ideas of Stephen Walton do not represent Sporking News Cookie Cast.
What did I say?
You said you'd blow it.
Oh, I meant blow it up. I'm sorry.
I'm sure you did.
All right, fine. I'll read it. My life got turned upside down by the documentary Tiger King. If somebody told me last year that that I would be on season 29 of Dancing with the Stars, I'd have laughed out loud. And here she is. This is a nice.
And I sure did too. Cheers.
What is she wearing?
She's a princess.
I have the tiger, Jane. I have the tiger.
The tiger princess.
Is his pants matching her dress?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course they are.
She's wearing the top part of the outfit. He's wearing the bottom part of the outfit. It's easy to understand.
Looks like he tucked.
Oh, are they gonna get together and become a lot like a tiger? Like, you know, like two people in the horse costume type thing? That would have been awesome.
Oh my god, that would be cool.
Wait, this thing.
You shove your head way up my ass, and I'll be the tiger.
That sounds more like a Joe Exotic thing.
There's your favorite person. Last month, Lewis.
She has a cameo. Christie, you know what cameo is,
That's
right?
the name of the thing that she's using is called Cameo. You know what that?
Oh, I thought it was one. Well, no, because Cameo, there's this thing Cameo where you can hire these people for a certain dollar amount to say like, oh, check out Corden to Christie.
That's what it is, Scott. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why don't you have
that? We need to do that for Christie. We've got to pay her to do that.
Oh God,
we need a GoFundMe.
Yes. Last month, Lewis family held a press conference in Tampa and announced an independent investigation into his disappearance. Lewis's van was found near the airport after he went missing, and he was declared legally dead in 2002. Baskin was offered a lie detector test in 2011, but she declined to take it. She is now married to Howard Baskin, who we all know about Howard. He loves wearing leashes. Oh, God, look at that guy.
Is that Howard?
Yeah, that's Cuck. I mean, Howard.
Jane, have you seen the picture of their wedding? Where?
No, I didn't see that.
My God, it's glorious.
Oh, Lord in heaven. Lewis's
He's such
body,
a dead man.
Lewis's body was never found, as Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Krosner recently reopened the case. We're going to serve Baskin with a lawsuit, but not a lawsuit for damages. It's a lawsuit for equity, Phillips said during a briefing at Riverside Church of God on August 10th.
God damn, this article is long.
I know.
Yeah,
man.
holy shit. They're
Look
really
at the
doing
scroll
the
bar
most.
to the side. It's only like a little over a third there.
Yeah, we're not going through the history here.
You don't want to? Okay.
Find some good
All right. So look at him. Look at Howard.
He looks like a meth dealer.
Guys out there, listen, if you're at a low point in your life, if you're struggling right now, if you're finding it hard to make it, if you're really having to fight for every inch, just remember, you're not Howard. You're good. You're golden. What?
She beats him, doesn't she?
You're
she
sleeping
does.
in the and he likes
He
it.
definitely does.
He likes it.
Oh, that's hot.
He's an abused spouse.
Yeah. She puts clamps on his neck.
Yo, ex-Thotties, share my screen.
Share screen. Sharing screen. Hold on.
Jane, be prepared. I'm just letting.
Oh Lord. No.
Oh, what are we getting prepared for?
Just kicked out Jovanna.
Where'd Jovanna go?
I didn't even touch Jovanna. Oh, I'm coming back, Jovanna. Don't you leave. Don't you leave. I didn't do it. It was Christie's fault.
Whoa, I'm triggered. Are you trying to
on live
censor me
streams.
All right, hold on. I'm trying this again. I hate you all so much. Thanks for coming, though, guys.
There we go, Jane.
Oh my God!
Oh.
What in the world?
Was that their wedding outfits?
Yeah.
What?
Holy shit.
What?
He looks like Dr. Fauci, kind of.
He does. Oh my gosh.
He looks like a little Fauci, or a big Fauci.
Oh man!
Wear your mask,
God.
everyone. Wow, that is disturbingly awesome.
Yeah.
It's
like Planet.
What's the one where they're wearing the tiger garb?
Wait a minute. What the hell is this about? What in the?
Did he go from tiger to caveman?
He's a caveman.
Preemptive striking. Carol
That
Baskin.
looks like a parody.
Oh, maybe it is.
Oh no!
Maybe it's like a
No,
cosplay.
this is real. This picture is real.
This is called.
Oh, that's from Joe Exotic's thing.
Howard?
Okay.
No, yeah, but this is Carol. This is Howard. This is her fourth husband.
Fourth husband.
Fourth?
Damn.
What an interesting person.
So
And-
the one that's missing, that was her third?
And
Well, how
then
many has she killed?
And then y'all need to go on. You need to go on YouTube and you see this music video called "Here King Kitty" because it's glorious.
Oh, is it a Joe
She is
Exotic
so
video?
weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Later.
Well, we're hitting the 2-hour mark, guys, and I got to get some sleep. So
Yeah, Rip
I have
not
to be up.
sleep schedule.
I'm so screwed. I got to be up
Yeah.
in 3 hours.
I got
Scott
one more
and
show to
Final
do.
are like the same person.
What?
All right, Scott,
Yes.
this is glorious. You're gonna love this image.
Oh God.
Oh, please, just one more glorious image, Scott. One more before you
Is it on your screen,
before you take your dentures
or is it?
out.
Am
and
I
go to sleep.
sharing it?
You need to share it.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I am gonna love this, aren't I?
Oh, that was
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
What the
Nice.
fuck?
Thank you, Fat Steven Seagal.
That Marvel Scarlet Brew.
What a dick.
See what they did there, Steven? They put your head on there.
Yeah, I see
That
it.
it's coffee.
I see it.
But
It
you're
like
stuck.
his head fits in so well.
Yeah.
I know it's like he was made to be a scarlet bitch. I mean, witch.
Okay, now okay,
You all right, Christie?
unshare it, but don't. Okay, there you go.
All right.
What happened?
There's one more.
Oh,
Okay, let's
Oh
see
my
it. Oh
gosh.
God, is this me? Is it Steven? Steven, please be
No.
Steven. Please, Steven. Oh shit.
Oh, it's not.
do
public.
it.
I don't see it yet, Pete.
Well, because I'm clicking on the image, but it's not. Oh my
Oh.
god!
That was a
Oh,
great
wait,
reaction.
can we see it?
That's disturbing.
What is it?
I can't see it.
I can't.
It's
click
not
on
yet
it.
shared.
See it.
Well, I haven't shared it yet because it's not up.
The chat can't see it. I can't see it.
No one
You're-
could see it, you dummy.
You're setting a bad
Okay,
example.
now I can bring it up. Okay, hold on. You're a bad example.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
I can't even see it. I can't even see it.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna have to watch this
That-
on a replay because I don't even know what's coming up.
Yeah, that's we should not let him know what
Could
it
someone
is.
just,
So-
like,
No, don't tell him what
Explain
it is.
to me what it is.
No, bro.
no, you'll have to watch it tomorrow when you're on your break at work.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
brother.
is that Danny DeVito?
Okay, loaded. Okay, yeah.
Good try.
Danny DeVito or me?
That's DeVito.
Okay, everybody, thanks for coming out today. That was fun. You've been on the dump, which is getting the quality of the dump is just going to the moon, huh, guys?
One more.
Yeah,
one more. Okay,
You could almost say it's going down the shitter if you wanted to.
Okay,
Oh,
1 second.
come on,
I wanna
Scott. Jesus Christ.
I
How
want
long
to
does
be
it
able to
take?
see it, you son of a bitch.
Can you take a? Never mind.
I can't see it.
Good.
I know, but can Fat Steven Seagal? Can you get rid of his comment though, so people can see the full
Oh,
image?
there's actually still a comment up there.
Yeah,
I
there's a
didn't know if that
comment
was
up
real.
there. Oh, yeah, let's put another
Yeah,
one up there,
unflexing.
Scott.
And he puts another one.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to get off comments.
Oh my
Hold
god.
on.
The production
You should
Everything's
value.
press
frozen.
again.
There we go.
Did I get it off?
Oh,
That's
yes.
hilarious.
Yes, yes, Boomer.
my God.
Who's that? Is that the one from Aladdin?
Oh, my God. Please kill me now.
Is that the
Kill me
Aladdin
Okay,
tiger?
Boomer.
Okay.
Is that the Aladdin tiger, everybody?
Dude,
That was,
fucking Robin
that was
Hood,
a,
bro.
that was a hit movie.
Isn't that Prince John?
I really enjoyed it. A whole new world.
Oh, my God. Please
You know?
stop it.
You know?
It's Shere
The
Khan.
genie. You remember the genie? That was good. I'm not going to let any of you guys say goodbye except for Jovanna.
I
Jovanna,
tried.
tell them where they can find. Oh, what, Christy? What?
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. Jovanna, tell them where they can find you. Everyone else can go suck it.
Okay, awesome. So my Twitter is just Jovanna057. As you guys can see, my name spelled right there, so you don't have to worry. And then my YouTube channel is literally just my name. It's just Jovanna, and you'll be able to find it.
Thank you, Jovanna. You're the best. Thank you for being here. To our patrons, Tina Carano. Oh, no, of course, buddy. We'll have to have you on again, maybe when I have better internet quality and stuff like that. Maybe when I get more funds and buy a better computer setup. Anywho, it was great seeing you all. Yes, tower. I'm going with the tower. Yes, sir. Yes.
And don't buy the new egg. They are scammers.
Thank you, Jayne. Thank you, Script Doctor. Fuck you, Steven. Have a great night, everybody.
Jesus, everybody dipped.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was happening.
We're still live. I tried to get everyone backstage. It froze.